How's it going, sports gamers? It's been a while since we've done one of these. Mike Straw here, managing editor of Sports Gamers Online. And we have a lot to talk about, guys. Like, I don't know if you know this, but there may have been some things leaked out over the weekend regarding a certain wrestling game known as WWE 2K22. And we're here to talk rather than just doing a pre-recorded and produced video. I figured it might be best to come on in here and talk about what I know, what's out there, and hopefully answer any questions that you guys may have. Now, we know there's a lot of questions that you guys do have, and I'll do my best to get to as many of them as possible. One way, I hit the desk here. One way to guarantee that your questions get read or statements get read on the air is consider leaving us a super chat. It helps us grow the SGO network. It helps me pay my staff more. It helps me bring in new staff, get some new graphics, and increase our production value here at SGO and the SGO network. So any amount truly helps. And I do want to let you know that this video and future live videos, all of our live videos at SGO, is brought to you by StreamYard, where you can host your own live and on-demand videos and videocasts and podcasts right in your browser. No software needed to download. Super easy. We've been using it for the SGO Press Pass. We've been using it for our live videos like this for well over a year now, and it's arguably, to me, the best software period out there for something like this. If you click the link in the description below, you get a 14-day free trial to try it out yourself with no credit card required. Right there. Worth it. No credit card required. It doesn't require any of that information that a lot of free trials need you and hoping to catch you to forget it so they can charge you and not give you your money back. Now you get 14 days free, no credit card required. Again, StreamYard, hit the link in the description below. So, to kind of recap, if you don't know what's going on, before I get into the questions in the chat, and hello, everyone, I'm super stoked to see a lot of faces here that I haven't seen in a while as we put the Press Pass on hiatus, which is coming back soon. Can't wait to talk more about that. Full details at our Discord, sportsgamersonline.com/Discord. But we have a lot of information. Saturday night, a major leak was revealed. And it comes from a German reporter from Technic, Niles Ahrensmeyer. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced his name. He released all the information, including what the look of the cover was going to be, Rey Mysterio, a look at what the deluxe edition, and that there will be a NWO for Life edition. The Undertaker Immortal Pack is a pre-order bonus, which includes 3 different alternate versions of The Undertaker: the Phantom Mask Taker, Lord of Darkness Undertaker, which is my favorite Undertaker from the late 90s, and the Boneyard Match Undertaker, in addition to his normal attire. A MyFaction Evo cards for The Undertaker, and MyFaction perks and bonuses. It also had the tagline of, "When it's your yard, it hits different. Lay down choke slams as the dead man." You know, it'd be easier if I just throw these up on the screen for you. That way we can just we can talk about it there, and it makes it just more fun. You guys can see what I'm talking about, as opposed to me just saying what I'm talking about. Isn't that lovely though? I mean, it's just lovely. So let's throw this in the screen. You can see it here. We'll get to that in a minute. So we have the major leaks. Here's the look at the cover, the deluxe edition and the standard edition with Rey Mysterio on it. 3-day early access starting March 8th, which lent belief, if it's 3 days, Friday, March 11th will be the launch, according to the leaked posting. And as far as the consoles go, based on the box art, despite a lot of rumors to the contrary, it is coming to next-gen platforms, at least the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. No mention of current platforms or old last-gen platforms, but based on prior releases, we could expect to see something from or the game on PS4, Xbox One, and PC as well. We reached out to 2K immediately once we saw this before running the story, gave them a little bit. No response, so we figured, all right, post the story, we'll see what they come to. Then let it sit. Next day or a little while later, more information. And this blew up because there were a lot of talks with the releases and everything of DLC plans changing and what they were going to do. Ultimately, right, they decided 5 DLC content packs were coming for various superstars. The DLC content packs will be a part of the game's season pass, which you can buy separately, or it's included in the deluxe and NWO editions of the game. In addition to the DLC packs, the season pass will feature My Career Mega Boost and Supercharger packs. It's also been confirmed based on the leaks that this year's 2K showcase will center around the game's cover athlete Rey Mysterio. Players in the mode will be able to relive some of Mysterio's biggest moments, including the 2006 Royal Rumble, his return to WWE in 2018, and his win at WrestleMania 22, because you can't talk about Rey Mysterio without his world title win at Mania 22. And lastly, the MyFaction, a little bit more details into it, allowing you to collect, manage, and upgrade the wrestlers to try and create the greatest faction of all time through weekly events and regular content updates. It was just more clarification on what that mode has to offer. Now, this is where things get interesting. As soon as this second information came out, I reached out to 2K and I wanted to know what the hell is going on. Like, where did this information come from? Why is it being this way? And what exactly caused this? Immediately, my first thought is retailer leaked. I confirmed it with a couple people, and that's what happened to be the case. Is a retailer leaked it and published it. Apparently, it was a French retailer. It has been taken offline as of now. You can't go to the page, but we do have the screenshots from it, from what they listed. The screenshots from this retailer listed almost everything. It didn't go into like full features and rosters and things like that, but it did confirm that Ric Flair will be a part of the game despite no longer being part of WWE. I have reached out to 2K, haven't gotten an official comment on it. Likely not, because my thought is, yeah, they got to figure it out. Things started to get kind of crazy, and then all of a sudden 2K social media, WWE Games social media started to appear again, right? They started to talk more. And when they started to talk more, people were like, wait a minute. I don't think they're talking. I don't think they posted on social media, to be honest, because of the information. They posted on social media. It was always the plan, but it's just coincidental how it lined up. That's my belief. You can believe what you want. I haven't confirmed either way, but that's my belief. They did confirm that information is coming on January 20th. Through their social media. Again, based on the video that was posted, the little teaser, always the plan, my guess, was to announce today that information was coming on the 20th. So, Riki Gaming, what's in the season pass? DLC content packs, My Career Boost, and Superchargers. The roster reveal, I don't know when that's going to take place. Before I get sidetracked with questions, let me just wrap up this part. So, 2K, I reached out to a few sources. 2K, rightfully so, especially the marketing side of things, are furious because this retailer hit the publish button on the page on what could be there and posted it way too soon. I mean, it happens. It seems every year a retailer does this. Every single year. And I don't get how it can happen. I mean, I don't want to say I don't get how it can happen because these retailers get the information early. So as soon as pre-orders are available, they can post the page and post the information and get people to pre-order it on their outlet. I don't know why at least once a year a retailer seems to give this information out. It's happened, by my recollection, at least the last 4 or 5 releases of the mainline 2K series, a retailer has leaked out information. GameStop has done it. Game in the UK has done it. And then this one, a French retailer allegedly is the one that did it. 2K is not happy. It changed up marketing plans a little, not much, nothing over the top. They're just mad because they wanted this moment. To be fair, it's kind of like when I announced and broke the news about 2K GM mode coming back to the franchise this year. It took away a big moment for them. So I'm pretty sure that it didn't change too much, but it changed enough to make them upset. This is one thing that and I'm gonna wait until I can hopefully get comment from 2K on this to really give my opinion. But I've reached out to multiple next makers. If you've noticed, some of the bigger next makers, for example, like a Smack Talks, in the past, these content creators would be all over covering any sort of leaks, any sort of information. They're strangely quiet on this. And that's because I've been told by multiple anonymous sources, and they requested to stay anonymous for very specific reasons, that 2K is telling its next makers not to talk about it, not to post about it, not to make content about it, for risk of losing their spot in the next makers program. Now, 2K has not confirmed nor denied this to me. I have reached out multiple times to different PR firm members, 2K themselves, and I've reached out to various next makers to comment. No one has responded to this to confirm nor deny. The next makers I don't expect to, but I have reached out to them because it's going to be it's interesting. I'm trying to think of the words to say. Like I said, I don't want to give my opinion. I don't like the fact that if that's the case, I don't like that, because that's kind of just, I don't want to say blackmail, but I don't want to say blackmail, but it's kind of forcing people to not cover what what brought them to the dance. They're not able to take them dance with who brought them, just for that access and the name of being a next maker. It's why SGO won't be a part of that. Granted, we didn't apply. We probably want to be invited, because I like to bring the news that you guys want to hear when you want to hear it. It makes sense 100% from 2K's perspective to want to do this. I don't, but I still don't like it. Again, as a journalist, if I get news, I verify it, work to verify it, and then I report it. I don't like reporting things without getting multiple people to corroborate. But it is that's what we're going. I'm waiting for comment on that. So that's where we're at with the latest news. I'm working to get as much information as possible. There are things I do know that I have agreed and will not be talking about until it's public, solely for one, goodwill and things like that. There's just a lot I know that I will not talk about, for better or for worse, and I hope you respect that. One thing I do request, and I've noticed it on Twitter, do not go after the people who run the WWE Games social media accounts. Don't go after the people who are social media managers. They are great people. They are doing their job. They are doing what their executives and their higher ups are requesting them to do. It is not their fault. Okay? Please don't go after them. I beg of you. Do not go after them. Now, question time. Here we go. We have a lot. Again, if you want to guarantee, I'll get to as many as I can. If you want to guarantee your questions be on, please do me a favor and excuse me, leave us a super chat. Every little bit helps us grow. It helps me pay my staff more. It just helps a lot of it helps us in more ways than you can imagine. Also, we are brought to you by StreamYard. 14-day free trial, no credit card required, by clicking the link in the description below. So, questions. There's a bunch. I'm going through on what's going on. What is the season pass? That is in the story on sportsgamersonline.com. Mentioned it here. Let's see. Is it for last gen consoles? I'm under the assumption it will be. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Am I a fan of when there's a new generation? I think I've talked about it a lot. If you've tuned into the SGO Presscast in the past, I've talked about it a lot. When there's a new generation, maybe at the start of the new generation, you have games on both platforms. But after a year, even in this situation where it's tougher than normal to get a console, you got to have that divide. That's the point of generations. But I think it will be on last gen. I would assume, and I would hope it would be on PC as well, because that community is large and in charge, and they're being proud. Price, people are asking about the price. My guess is next gen will be the $70. Deluxe edition will probably be $80. NWO for life will probably be $100. Last gen, 60, 80, 100, or 60, 70, 100, something like that. I expect prices to be standard of what you'd see everywhere. OG Shoe Money with the super chat. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Online modes related. Online needs an overhaul compared to other sports games. They desperately need online lobbies back, or GM Universe Online mode. A Universe or GM mode online, I've always wanted an online universe. Always have wanted an online universe where I can do something, put it down, and then a buddy of mine can just go in. Mainly our Kevin Finley, our senior editor here at SGO. We are big in the universe mode stuff, and it would be so cool for us to just share a universe mode. That's something I would love to see. Online lobbies coming back. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I know they have worked to make online play. I know for a fact they've worked to make online play more stable and reliable than it has been in years past. I do fully expect it to be, granted, nothing can be as bad as 2K20 was, but I do fully expect it to be better than 2K19, 2K18, and things like that. They have been working hard to make sure online play is where it needs to be. And from what I've been told, I'm impressed and I'm hopeful. What's in the NWO for Life Edition? No idea. Haven't gotten that information. I've reached out. There's a lot of information. It's going to be $70 base for next gen, just because that's what next gen games are, for those wondering. Venom 2K better reveal more than the cover and release date. I don't know what they're fully going to reveal, to be honest. I don't know. I'm really interested on things. So would Flair, Matt Hendricks, so would Flair being in the game coincide with the report that came out of most who was released, like Adam Cole and Bray Wyatt would still make the game? I don't know. I'm of the belief, this is where I'm thinking with 2K. Will release superstars be in the game? Yes. Names specifically, I would believe, and this is me, and this is how I think it would go. Anybody who appears for AEW or works for AEW will not be in the game. So Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Malachi Black, anyone from WWE that was released or their contract expired that shows up in AEW, I don't think would be in the game. That's just my guess. A Bronson Reed was supposed to be a heavy feature. I don't know. But I could see him still being in the game. I do expect like an NXT, as far as people asking DLC, I do expect like an NXT 2.0 pack with like a Braun Breaker. I expect him to be a part of the game because he's the major star in 2.0 and NXT, and we'll see. Jeff Hardy will 100% be in the game, without a doubt. Buddy Murphy was in that trailer. I could see him still being a part of the game if he was in the trailer. Legendary tag teams would be amazing. What does the gameplay play like? Simmer arcade. They're working on a fine balance. They want it to be a great opportunity or a great game that anyone can come in. I haven't gotten my hand on it, right? But I have seen gameplay and it does look better. Brandon, I've missed the question. Any news on lacrosse games and NBA Live? Haven't really looked into it, to be honest. NBA Live is dead. We've had stories on that. Lacrosse, I've reached out, never got anything back. We have a super chat from IJ Kid Rocks TV. What are the chances that WWE 2K22 will have war games or no chance in hell? So, fun fact about that. The development team for the past 3 years, since 2K19, has worked hard. So, almost 4 years. Has worked hard, really hard to get war games into this game. Coding and software development is really, really tough. And the developers, because you'd have to think it would be similar to the Elimination Chamber, where you'd be at one specific arena, no entrances, things like that. You're programming 2 rings. So adding the assets, it's how they work together is the tough part. You have the 2 rings, you have the war games cage, but then you have the entrances. So as someone comes in, do they just appear? Do they run in? How do they do it? They can't do it like the Royal Rumble where they just come out, run down the ramp, and get in the ring. They have to get in the cage somehow. So they have worked on it. They've been trying. I don't know if it'll be in, but I know for a fact that's the one match type that they have wanted to put in the game. They know fans have wanted it, and they have wanted it. So it is one of those things of we all want it. They want it. It's can they make it work? Do you think anyone in the main roster will be in the game on the roster? Everyone on the main roster right now? I think everybody that's still currently on the main roster will be in. Is Kelly in the game? I don't know. Any info on new 2K football? No, they're not talking at all. No one who talked to me prior that told me the game was still planned for 2021. Once they announced that it wasn't coming out in 2021, no one said anything. Everybody's been quiet. 2K19 servers are still up. Yes, they are, because 2K20 was so bad. Keith Lee, I'd expect in, but I'm not 100%. What does it resemble from the gameplay I saw? It's a very Simcade game. I don't know if it plays or looks like anything they've ever done. This is new. It doesn't look like anything that I've seen from at least the 2K line of games. Any chance the game will be on Nintendo Switch? No chance in hell. The last WWE game put on the Nintendo Switch that wasn't Battlegrounds, the last mainline 2K series, was really, really bad. So bad it was unplayable, like 0 out of 10. I don't even give zeros, but it was actually the loading, the splash screen showed. So I'll give it, I give it a 1 out of 10 type of thing. Any news on EA PGA Tour? No, have no idea on what's going on with that, but I would expect some news within the next month or so. They still plan on a spring release, which gives them up until late June. So we'll see. I guess once things get into hype for the Masters, I think we'll pick it. Universe mode changes. Not a lot. They've put in a lot of work to the MyGM mode, but Universe mode will have some quality of life changes that fans have been wanting. Will we get any women? We'll be getting a lot of women. Eva Marie, don't know. I hope not. But that's personally because I don't like her. Should never been brought back in the first place. AEW game. I'm hoping to have more on that within the next few weeks. Will RVD be in the game? So here's one thing. Someone asked me, like, how would the 2006 Royal Rumble play out? Because a certain wrestler who I won't name for risk of demonetization, it was in the Rumble and was in it for quite a while. My assumption is that they do the Final Four if RVD is in the game. Now, the Final Four were Triple H, RVD, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio. If RVD isn't in the game, then they'll do the Final 3 or you'll do something small. I don't think you play the whole Rumble. And if you do play the whole Rumble, they'll just use a different character because he didn't impact into the Final Four or any of the storylines. So I'd be really interested. Do you think they'll bring back entrances online and special match options? I hope so. Though entrances online get really annoying when you're playing just random. If you're in an E-Fed, entrances online make everything really fun. Makes everything really fun. John Morrison. John Morrison's another name I'd expect to be in the game, to be honest. I think anybody released in November in that lineup of things will be in the game. I do think they'll do what they can to add as many NXT 2.0 superstars as possible. I still think a guy like Johnny Gargano will be in the game. Kyle O'Reilly, I don't know because he's in AEW now. I don't think so. But that's just my guess. Anybody who's in AEW will not appear or be part of the game. WCW matches for Rey Mysterio showcase, that would be amazing, especially because they own the rights, WCW. Doing WCW matches or ECW matches for Mysterio would be pretty cool. I'm hoping. I'd really, really like it. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'm still trying to find out. There's a lot of things that I'm hoping. But there are things that I can't talk about right now. I know people have been asking what the tease was about the pre-order that I was hearing about a name that'll make people go, yeesh. That's something I have agreed to withhold for now. The name is, I'm still being told the name is involved in the game, and decisions were made behind the scenes to change how this name is going to be a part of the game. I still think it's a name that will have people kind of taken aback a little bit, but I have left teasers throughout my social media at Twitter, Mike Straw Media. If you go through all my tweets, there's teases in there. It's just, can you put them together? The Hardys, Jeff Hardy will be in there. Matt Hardy, I don't think so. Undertaker, the pre-order bonus. I'm pretty stoked. Pat McAfee would be pretty awesome. Do I think he's in the game? No. Got time for a few more questions. We've been here for about a half hour. Guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while since I've done this, and the amount of people that have showed up made me really happy that you guys didn't forget about me. Again, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, share it, share the articles, just share sportsgamersonline.com. Help us grow. Leave us a super chat. Join the Discord. It's been ticking at the bottom. All things sportsgamersonline/Discord. And we do have our Patreon at sportsgamersonline.com/insider. We have some big plans for 2022. I can't wait to talk about more about. Didn't NWO throw Rey Mysterio into the production truck? Yes. And it was one of the greatest things. He threw him like a lawn dart. It was one of the greatest things they ever did. And it makes me so happy that they did it. Is there going to be online? Yes, there will be online play. Something new with the rosters. I would hope they do a live service update where they update attire, not necessarily attires because we can do that, but they update entrance music. If someone gets a new entrance theme, they update entrances throughout. I really do hope this is a beginning of every other year for the launch of the game because we don't need it. Will Baron Corbin have the King or Happy Corbin gimmick in 2K22? My guess would be Happy Corbin, but I don't know. Both gimmicks suck. Let's be real. GM mode online would be pretty cool. Any more info if you can use the superstars or women wrestlers' old music? It's whatever they have the license to in the game, to be honest. I have no idea about it. Broke Corbin. I like Baron Corbin as a performer. He can handle whatever they give him, but I don't like what they did. Any new animation finish? There are hundreds of new animations, guys. They have recapped every strike for the game. So every punch, every kick, every clothesline, every elbow strike, every forearm, everything like that has been recaptured. So it will look different. It's going to be pretty cool. Will there be a WWE 2K Battlegrounds 2? The games didn't do well. Maybe one or two more we have in there. Boogeyman the next game, no. At least that's my guess. No. Different pin styles? I think so. A lot of things have been a lot of things have been made. Hustler, don't buy 2K20. Not worth it at all. If you're gonna buy the game comes out in 2 months. Just I'd rate. Roman Reigns overall too high. Whatever it is, it's too high. I'm not a Reigns fan, but he'll probably be in the mid-90s. I think he'd be the highest superstar in the game. Will Carlito be in the game? I don't know. Hangman Page Deadeye in the game? I don't know. I would love that. They do put a lot of moves that fans like. There are a lot of new moves in this game. Is the game based off 2020? As far as what do you mean, Santiago? Is like the game code has been a lot of it has been rewritten. I don't know what exactly they're adding to universe mode. Carlito, don't know. But guys, that's where I'm going to end it today. Again, subscribe. I do have more coming, hopefully within the next 24 hours. We will be back with more videos, more 2K. Subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss. I'll be back. The SEO Press Pass will be back soon. Check out StreamYard. Use the link in the description. 14-day free trial. No credit card required. Visit Sports Gamers Online. I do post a lot of information, smaller tidbits at my Twitter, at Mike Straw Media. So make sure you're following me there. And until next time, take care of everyone. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I will talk to you guys real soon.